The
Randy Rhoads Show. Seattle's Progressive Talk.
Mary had a little lamb.
The fault, dear Brutus.
I left off. Lift off. The clock has started.
We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America. Don't muck it up.
I like being able to fire
Randy
people.
Rhoads Show.
Turn up your mind.
This is Richard Thorndyke with BS News for this Monday after the Super Bowl 2012, and away we go. Dateline, Brady-Anopolis. Yesterday, the New York Giants won Super Bowl 46. Halftime entertainer Madonna entered the stadium riding on dozens of oiled-up, sweaty muscle men, or as Madonna likes to call it, just another weekend. Vogue. Dateline, Nevada. After Newt Gingrich finished a very distant second in the Nevada caucuses this weekend, he explained his detailed plan to win the nomination. In Las Vegas, Newt's plan was called Foolish and Delusional, and this by people trying to come up with this month's rent at the roulette table. Newt got 21.1% of the vote in Nevada. Ron Paul claimed he actually won because he got 18.7%, and under the Nevada rules, the closest to 21 without going over wins. Dateline, Trumpeteer. Donald Trump has endorsed Mitt Romney, despite the two men's very different styles. Mitt Romney says dumb things without thinking. Donald Trump says dumb things after a great deal of time and deliberation. Dateline, Politicars. A Chrysler sedan formerly owned by President Obama failed to sell on eBay for an asking price of $1 million. Interestingly, nobody has ever tried to resell Mitt Romney's old station wagon, the one with the dog carrier on top. I guess they couldn't get the smell out. Finally, Dateline, Idiot Quotient. A new study says that people with low IQs tend to be politically conservative. The study said the reason seems to be, quote, people with less cognitive capacity will be attracted to simplifying ideologies. If you have no idea what that means, chances are you vote Republican. Now, here is that last story translated for political conservatives. Obama is a socialist. There you go. That's all there is. Richard Thorndyke, BS News. Have a great week.
Yeah. What he said. Yeah, there was a report that said that people with low IQs vote Republican. I'm shocked. I'm shocked, I tell you. I'm stunned to hear that. I had no early idea. Yeah, and, Mitt Romney, the gaffe machine, wins over 50% of the vote. Go figure. I mean, I guess the poor people like to vote for somebody who hates them. I don't, what is that? People are hanging on by their fingernails. Things are literally getting better. All the policies that Obama has advocated for, that he's been able to do and get into place, have succeeded, and yet the ones that that would really help us with about 2 million new jobs would have preserved 500,000 public sector jobs, like the American Jobs Act. He can't get that through Congress to save his life, so that every single jobs report that comes out, I have to listen to the private sector added. Now, if they weren't saying the private sector added, because then bad news is the public sector shed. So now they actually differentiate when they give you jobs numbers. The private sector added 273,000 jobs, while the public sector shed 14,000 jobs. They used to just say the net. They used to just tell you that that there were, 250,000 jobs added to the economy. But now we differentiate because we're losing so many public sector jobs that it's actually having an impact on the unemployment number. Now, if we didn't differentiate, what the Republicans would all be telling you. They'd be lying, but, they're Republicans. They'd be telling, yeah, those are all government jobs. That's what that is. They're all government jobs. Everybody's going to work for the government. That's what he's expanding government. Because there's some people out there that even though we're differentiating between public sector and private sector job losses and gains, they're still saying that crap. They're still saying, yeah, they're all government jobs. No, this is the private sector, okay? There's a new private sector only job creation chart that the White House put out. It's clickable. It's on my website, randyrhoads.com, and you can click on all these bars. You'll see Bush. You can see how when the economy started tanking, Bush was the president. You could see that right there. See, that month, that was January, February, March March of 2008. The economy started tanking. See that right there? We lost 100 and some thousand jobs. Oh, look, then the next month we lost 100,000 jobs. Oh, look, then the month after that in 2008 we lost 200,000 jobs. Oh, and the next month we lost 200,000 jobs. And then the month after that more than 200,000. And then the month after that more than 250,000. Then the month after that 300,000 jobs we lost. The month after that over 400,000 jobs we lost. And the month after that, almost 500,000 jobs were lost. Then you had the big kahuna. Bush was getting ready to go, right? End of 2008. Oh, my God, 800,000 jobs were shed. Then 650,000 jobs were lost. Next month, 800 and some thousand jobs, almost 900, almost 1 million jobs lost. Then the following month, 750,000 jobs were lost. Obama gets sworn in. Nothing changes for 1-2 whole months. Yeah, we're still shedding 750,000 following month after he, just gets sworn in. That's all he did was got sworn in. Lost another 800,000. Then he signed the Recovery Act the second month he was there. Got sworn in January, February he signs the Recovery Act. March, April, May, we're only losing 300,000 jobs. Whew. Then we had a bad, next month we lost 425,000 jobs. Then we only lost 300,000. Then we only lost 200,000. Then we only lost 175,000. Then we only lost 200,000. Then we only lost no jobs. Then we stayed flat. Then we lost, 100,000. Then we stayed flat pretty much. Then we stayed flat pretty much. And ever since then, 2010, we added 100 and some thousand jobs. Look, here we added 200,000 jobs. Look, here we added 100,000. Here we added 100,000. Here we added 100,000. Here we added more than 100,000. Here we added 100,000. Oh, look, here we added 200,000. Here we added 100 and something thousand, 100 and something thousand, 100 and something thousand. Oh, almost 300,000 jobs here, here, here. See what I'm saying? And it's been continuing for the last 23 months. We have created 3.7 million private sector jobs. We've been losing jobs in the public sector. We have lost every public sector job that you could think of. We've lost school teachers, firefighters, EMTs. We've lost police officers. We've lost so many public sector jobs, more than 500,000 of them. If we would have not done that and kept the aid to the states, which was in the stimulus, and kept the aid to the states flowing to the states who have to balance their budgets, but did it on the backs of firefighters and school teachers, screaming that their pension funds were the problem. Of course, their pension funds were ripped off by the housing and banking industries, right? Oh, they're so good at lying. They're so good that, by the time you get to the truth, it's like nobody even remembers what the lie was. And nobody wants to hear this, what really happened, because they're like, it doesn't matter, it happened. It doesn't matter, it happened. But the truth is, it does matter. And if we would pass the American Jobs Act, we would have 2 million more jobs. We could have saved the 500,000 that we lost. And we could still, return them to full employment, just like, we returned the auto workers to full employment and then created 160,000 fresh jobs. And that doesn't even take into account the supply chain or any of the ancillary jobs that are created because GM and Chrysler have survived. Ford understood it. Ford went and testified for GM to get the bailout, for Chrysler to get the bailout, because they said, if you don't bail them out, then there will be no auto industry, period. Letting Detroit go bankrupt would be a Great Depression, and there would be no automotive industry left in the United States. None. No manufacturing jobs in automotive. None. Financial industry creates nothing. Bailing out the banks created nothing. We thought, I was still against it. I was for the bailout for the auto industry, but I was against the bailout for the banks. But people started saying things like, well, maybe they'll do a little mortgage foreclosure, they'll do some mortgage modification and we'll avert all these, massive foreclosures, and that'll tank the economy. There's a supply chain associated with housing. I said, yeah, but I don't see any strings attached to this money. I don't see them doing any foreclosure, mortgage modification or helping foreclosures, from happening. I don't see them doing it. I don't. I actually had a friend who's not my friend anymore on Capitol Hill, who isn't my friend anymore because he was, up there and, knocking on doors and lobbying basically for mortgage holders to get some of this bailout money. And then he started telling me, he actually, told me it can't be done. It can't be done. So I'm just going to, get the money to the banks. I'm going to leave out them. And I can't talk to you. I can't. I can't have anything to do with you anymore. That you would advocate for trillions of dollars to go to these banks without a single string attached to it on behalf of the people who were deceptively, charged teaser rates, and now their interest rates are 10, 11, 12%. I mean, it's ridiculous. The future of I said, even if you don't care about these people, the future of our country's on the line. There is a huge supply chain associated with home ownership. And if you don't get some help, we're going to be in this recession a lot longer than you might think. No, it'll all be okay. Credit's just frozen. And I'm not friends with that person anymore. But the truth is, I didn't want the bank bailout because I knew from the inside out there was nothing for mortgage modifications. There was no obligation. The banks were going to be held to no standard. And that they would make money, just like they made money on the way down when the bubble burst, they were going to make money on foreclosures. I knew that they were going to make money on foreclosures. And they did. They started this robo-signing crap. And, I'm sorry. I don't feel it for the banks the way I feel it for automobiles, the way I feel it for manufacturing, where you come out with a product at the end, not a guy with, an American Express gold card that he, uses to cut up his cocaine and, snorts it off of the stripper's belly. I mean, you think these guys are like, button-down conservative types on Wall Street? Think again. These are some of the biggest spending, flashiest mofos you ever met in your life. They are so disconnected from your reality. They are so completely cocooned off. Kind of like Mitt Romney. Because he is pure Wall Street. That's why he called it wrong. See, Wall Street is a one-trick pony, okay? Mitt Romney figured out one little game that he could run over and over again, and that was to go look for distressed companies, take out the remaining value in cash, give it to his company, and replace that value with bank debt or bond debt, loan debt, and walk away. 18 after.
Randy Rhodes.
Making the world a better place, whether the world wants it or not. This is the Randy Rhodes Show.
This is Seattle's Progressive Talk. AM 1090. Listen live, anywhere, anytime.